everyone, my name is Corey and welcome back to the channel. Hope this video finds everybody doing well. Today we're actually going to start finish a project, I should say, that we've had going for several weeks now. I had 72 yards of sand brought in and 12 yards of black dirt. I wish I could have got more black dirt, but it's quite a bit more expensive, a difference of about $120 a load right now. But the money just wouldn't allow it right now, so we just went with the sand and we'll just top it off with a little bit of black dirt for now, and then we'll add more black dirt to it later on. So I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to level this all off. So I decided to go with a pine straw rake, thinking maybe I could just rake everything in and kind of level it out, get it for the most part. I'll back drag it with a bucket, get it all up to level, and then run over it with the pine straw rake. And as you've seen probably earlier in the sand, it worked very well in the sand. The dirt, when it's wet out, it doesn't work so well. But it's been dry for a few days, so hopefully we'll be able to get this done today and get this out of the way so I can get a little bit of grass seed maybe planted. I'm not sure if I'm going to plant it just yet, but I don't want a bunch of weeds growing in it either, so I don't know, we'll see. So when I started looking at these, there's obviously cheap ones and expensive ones, just like everything else. I got on Amazon, of course, you know, as everybody does, we all go on Amazon and see what's available. And then there was a few Chinese ones out there. And this one here is called the Yitamotor, Y-I-T-M-O-R-T-O-R is how I believe it's spelled. And I found it and it was only 200 bucks. So I kind of couldn't pass up the deal. It got pretty decent reviews. There were some people that complained about missing parts and the packaging, which for the most part I could care less how it's packaged. And you know, it did come in with a hole in the box, but the only thing I was actually missing on it was one washer. Not a real big deal, just a flat washer. We got that taken care of. Everything seems to be good quality though. These are like a J channel steel here. Probably, I'm guessing probably 1/8 inch steel, maybe 3/8, or maybe 1/4 inch, excuse me. And it comes in 3 pieces. This half with the J channel. There's 2 flat bars that sandwich in between the J bars. And then obviously your 3-point hitch is welded on, and your prongs. It does come with the pins for both category 1 and 2. So it was actually, for $200, I couldn't beat it. I was a little leery because I didn't know how it was actually going to work. But so far so good, and I'm going to show you guys how we use it today. If you can see this on camera here, we went ahead and backbladed everything, and I don't know if you can really see the unevenness of the ground. It's really wavy. Obviously I just flattened out those piles, put it in float mode, but it doesn't get it perfect. So we got that all spread out as much as we can. I left a little bit of dirt there, as you've seen, so we can fill these low spots in. And to be truth be told, my wife mentioned to me, I think a week or 2 ago, that there was a low spot here in the front over by the driveway. And I kind of argued with her and said, yeah, I know it's low, but it's for the water draining into the ditch. But I got to looking at it this morning, and lo and behold, she's kind of right. It doesn't really drain into the ditch. I mean, it kind of does, but not enough to make a big difference. Hopefully she won't watch this, so don't tell her anything. Don't tell her I said she was right. So anyways, right over here, I'm kind of in line with that rock. I know, again, I know it's really hard on camera to see anything of elevation, but we got to fill this, kind of bring it up and grade it with the driveway, give it a little slope off the driveway so at least it has some slope, and then get it over here and level this out a little bit better. That way it's a little bit easier on her when she mows the lawn. So now we've got everything, what I like to call roughed in. We've got everything filled in, back drug with a bucket, and all leveled out as good as possible, as well as we can do with a bucket anyways. Now we're going to go ahead and hit it with a rake and see how good she levels out. Now this by no means will take the place of a land plane or a box blade. It's just not set up for that. It's mainly made for, actually it's pine needle rake, so it's actually made for scraping up pine needles and little branches and stuff like that. But it works pretty well for this, and for the $200 I spent on it, it saved me a whole lot of trouble. And I don't need this laying perfectly flat right now. We're going to be adding more dirt to it later on in the future. But right now we just don't have the extra money for more dirt. So this isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to be as best as possible. For, like I said, for the $200 we spent, well worth it. So I'm super happy to have that done. We've been working on this for the last month and a half, maybe even 2 months now. It just seems like it rained every time, or it would rain one of the 2 days that we're usually up here, and I just couldn't seem to get anything finished or really get going on it, to be honest with you. So I love that little implement. I think it was well worth the $200. I can't imagine having to rake this big area by hand and get all the sticks and stuff out of it. Now it really didn't get all of them, but it got the majority of them and some of the bigger ones. You probably seen on that little shot with the camera on the quick hitch that it does a pretty good job of collecting all the sticks and debris and stuff like that. So next we get to move on to some future projects here. We do have to put some grass seed down in this. I'm probably going to put a little bit more black dirt in it. I'm going to get another load or two as soon as we get the extra money, and then I'm going to put some grass seed down on this, and hopefully now it'll rain, because I'll need the rain for the grass seed, obviously. So next we're going to move on to starting to build the deer blind. I've got a pile of 2x4s in the garage that have been sitting there for a little over a year now that we took a bunch of pallets apart from, and I'm going to go ahead and start building the deer blinds. And then after that we're going to probably start rototilling the back acreage, so that way we can get that leveled out. And then we're going to use that rake again on that to get it leveled out, because it's so rough riding around on the lawnmower. You pretty much have a backache every time you mow the lawn anymore. So We want to get rid of that for the wife because she does most of the lawn mowing. With that said, we're going to wrap this video up. I hope you all have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.